Well, hello there.
Hey,
How's everyone doing? I am
what's
parched.
going on? How y'all doing? What's new? What's crack-a-lacking?
Oh gosh, it water tastes so good.
Hello. Listen, Maximus.
Right, girl. She ain't been in the past couple of weeks.
Like
and
you've
all
been
of a
missing
sudden,
in action. I was
right?
saying,
Now she want to show up
you
and
asking
then
what
get,
a question. You asking
get
what
froggy.
authority. Is that what you're doing? Is that
well,
what you're doing?
in honor of 420, we're going to have non-420ish brownie. So, would you like a turtle brownie?
I'm going to take a turtle brownie. That
Okay,
actually
there
looks
we go.
really delicious.
There we go.
Thank you. I'm gonna go.
There you go. Look at it. Look at it. Ooh.
You want to put it back?
It doesn't have
it. Okay.
It doesn't have an auto adjust feature on.
Okay. She's cute though.
Mm. Oh. Mm. 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 Oh. Mm. Oh. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Ooh.
It's cakey.
It is dry as shit. But she made, it was like, it's tasty, but it's a little dry. My sister made these brownies, and I was like, they're good, but they're a little dry. I prefer mine. She's like, I made them per recipe. I was like, they're still a little dry. I'm going to go ahead and slide that over. I'll put that one on the side right there. Listen, just to be clear, I'm still going to fuck it up. That's not even an issue.
It for me is
dry.
I'm not saying it's dry. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's very cakey. Like it feels like it's a lot of egg to make it. And that's not how I
electronics on mute.
It's on vibrate. That's what it's actually doing.
Yeah, but that's being picked up on camera.
It's how it's always been. It's every other option.
I know. And it has annoyed me.
Oh, that's what it is. It's annoyed you. Okay. All right.
That's
okay.
That's how that goes. And it's picking up on the table.
It is.
Camera.
It is.
On the audio.
That's
really what it is.
Okay. All right. It won't go off again. If it does, I'll move it. But I just don't like my phone.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
If it goes up.
You can only do this with people that you love. Are we officially your birthday is the 14th, right? Of June. Okay, so we've
passed it.
We're inside of the 60 days.
We're in 60 days.
What you got planned?
Oh shit. I'm supposed to be hanging out. And I've had conversations about going to another amusement park because normally I do like Busch Gardens, even Kings Dominion, and water park. So now the conversation has been, I'm not. Listen, if Kendra's watching and she tunes in, I appreciate your brownie. I did. I appreciate your brownie.
Kendra! Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Kendra, these brownies are dry as hell. Oh, Alexa won't let you curse. Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Alexa, Kendra, these brownies are super dry.
Announcing.
Alexa. Alexa don't want me to be great.
So
Don't want me to be great tonight.
But yeah, so so if she's watching, thank you for the brownie. Thank you for offering. Actually,
Look, thank you for the brownie because it's still tasty.
It's not. No, the flavor is good. And you were saying how the caramel, and I usually don't get the ones with the caramel.
It's something about
like
when it
double
was
chocolate.
cooking. It had like this weird smell in the house.
Maybe,
And that was like treacly sweet, kind of.
Treacly?
Mm-hmm.
What's treacly?
It's an SAT word.
That's why I don't know what that is. Treacly, I don't know what that is.
Like sickeningly sweet, kind of.
Never heard of treacly.
Alexa, define treacly.
I have a couple definitions for the adjective treacle. 1, thick and sticky. 2, consisting of treacle or cloying sentimental speech.
Yeah.
Okay. That didn't really
context clues, honey. Anyway, go ahead with your little story.
Yeah. But anyway, it's she's all right. So if you're watching, thank you for the brownie. I will not be finishing the brownie, but thank you for the brownie. I appreciate it. It's a little. I can't. It's a little too cakey for me. I just can't.
So it's dry, is what you're saying.
I didn't say it was dry. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what, ladies and gentlemen.
For those of you, and you know this, but you cook. For those of you that cook, I said it's cakey. That's what I said. It's not dry. Dry means that you just can't even get through it. You can't finish it. It's just cakey. It's kind of like eating bread pudding. It's cakey. Like that gelatinous kind of cakey thing going on with, like, you know how some people cook it.
You just described two different things. Cakey. Something can't be cakey and gelatinous.
Spam
is not cakey. It's gelatinous.
It's gelatinous, but if it's when you first take it out of there and you see that gloss on that jello on top of it, it's cakey. It's not cakey, but again, it's thick. And it's on top of it.
You and I just have different frames of references.
We do. And it's okay.
You know what? It is part of your charm.
See, and this is why this bitch constantly thinks that she's the one. But I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not even going. I'm gonna just leave it alone.
See, that's how you casually come for the girls.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
You'd be like, it is part of your charm.
I'm going to leave it alone.
I appreciate you. Cakey means you need a drink afterwards. Actually,
no, that's not what I mean. But if that's what
I'm always down with a drink. So
right.
You know,
I'm good with that. But if you and best friend get, that's perfectly fine.
So, how was your week?
My week has been kind of
weaky.
No, it's been kind of. Well, I guess it's been weaky for the job because it's been kind of the same shit. Mm-hmm. But listen, bitch, I'm on the hunt. We are 6 days in. 6 days in. 19 resumes, 19 applications. That's kind of where I'm at.
Oh, you were looking.
6 days in. 19 applications submitted. Somebody just responded back to me today. It was like, oh, thank you. Okay, well, you told me no, great. I got 18 other ones that are out there, and I'm going to have some more before the end of the week. So that's where I am. And then today we have this board meeting that they invite the entire institution to, and it's first of all, you schedule it at 4:00, and we get off at 5 because this is a whole big hubbub of we work from 8 to 5. Like, okay, so you schedule it at 4, and the way the meeting should be set up is that there's a public piece for all of the employees. And then there's specifically the board stuff, which would be like any pending litigations and personnel stuff,
y'all got
all that type of
litigation?
stuff, whatever, you know, like
Oh.
whatever that stuff is. But just all the private stuff. So the public stuff is talking about how we're doing with enrollment and numbers and plans
best
and all
friend, you
type
be
of
saying
stuff.
that all the time. You gonna ride that shit till you fall off.
Yeah, listen, best friend, listen, we can have conversations, many conversations about that. But in any event, so again, we started at 4.
Mm-hmm.
By the time they got finished with the technical difficulties that they were having, which was like 4:17, they were like, we're gonna start this meeting at 4:17. And I was like, okay.
It took them 17 minutes to figure out a Zoom.
Ciao. I'm looking at the board, and listen, no shade, because I am a man of a certain age, but these people on this call would all have been our parents.
Technically challenged.
They were all our parents.
Okay.
And they were like, well, what? And so you hear in the background, Lord Jesus.
Baby, how do you want the?
I was like, oh
I
my
can't,
God.
am I on? Look,
One-
she's like this. The camera's like this. Can y'all see me?
Listen.
Can y'all see me? And she's like touching the camera like this. Can y'all see? Hello? Can anybody hear me? These niggas can't hear me. Mama,
They hear
your
every word
audio
you're
is
saying.
on. Oh.
Listen,
Okay.
one of our board members is a lawyer, is a retired lawyer, and he still, you know, has his name Esquire. He's like Lordy, and I'm like, oh my God. So in the event,
All old black people.
no, it's a mixture. It was it's black, white, Latino,
But mostly older.
all older.
Okay.
All older. And there's nothing wrong with that. But baby, they
Lord
were
willing,
just
we'll get
I,
that
listen, but they were, and then anyway, so we're supposed to, when they finally got started, the piece that we were supposed to be talking about should have let us out by 5 o'clock, because again, then they could finish on. They have this meeting once every third Wednesday of the month or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, great, no problem. So we should be out by 5. Even like a 5:10, like I'm okay with that. But listen,
It was 5:45.
I transferred that call from my laptop to my phone and put that bitch in the car, and I drove home. I got into the DC area and it was 5:47, and they had just ended the call for the public part. And I was like, do you think I would have been sitting in my office all this time waiting for this bullshit? And this, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So at this particular point, it was a day and it was a week, and that's just where we are.
Well, best of luck finding a new gig. Sometimes you got to take the gig to find out that the gig ain't right for you.
Well, listen, I think a lot of us go into certain things, whether it's jobs or relationships or anything, you kind of sit back and say, well, I can make an impact. I can make a change. And you are making a change when you are admitting that these are your limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that you've done all that you could do up to this particular point. That doesn't mean that what you've done, it doesn't matter. It just means that you've done all that you can do up to that particular point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. I have someone asked me today, my VP, she said, please send me your schedule with all of the contacts and visits that you've had for March and April. And I was like, so did you want the calendar? She's like, yes, send me the calendar so I can see all of that. Okay.
But you can see all. You can just pull that.
That's just what I did. She then responds to me and says, I wanted the specifics she's like, I wanted the numbers in bullet points. That's not what you said. You said, send me this stuff and I can't.
What numbers?
So the problem is you want to quantify things that are not always quantifiable. And when I say not always quantifiable, meaning I can't predict who's going to be there. Like if I'm going to have a high school visit, I can't predict who's going to come.
Oh, so that's what you meant. Mm-hmm.
I can't predict that. I don't know who's going to come. But what I can tell you is when I get there, who I've talked to, and even if I don't talk to a student, as long as I talk to that administrator or the person in charge of the program to explain to them what's going to go on, I've left information with you. That's my whole point. Mm-hmm. Because it's the administrators that will still grab those kids and say, hey, this is for you, mm-hmm. or this is not for you. And for me, that's the best piece, because kids are flaky. Like teenagers, they're flaky. And half of these kids that I'm running into now, maybe I'm just getting old, they can't make up their goddamn mind. Like they just can't. Like, do you want the brownie or don't you? Like, mm-hmm.
I want to be an engineer, or maybe I want to be a teacher.
I'm
like, bitch, you are 17 years old, honey.
It's like, okay,
you need to figure something out.
So, but again, if that's what you wanted, then say that to me. Mm-hmm. That's it. I would have given you that. I'd been like, okay, well, I had out of these 8 visits, I talked and I told her, I said, I literally haven't spoken to any students. I said, I've spoken to all the administrators. So even in our conversation before I sent her that, you already knew what I talked, like who I talked to.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's me. Maybe I'm missing something. So I don't know, but I feel like I've done all I can do, and I'm okay with it. So,
well, before we go further, we want to say hello to our super friends and other friends. So, hey, Eccentric and Freak Nasty and Quintessential and Best Friend and Desmond.
Desmond, Lord, child, you made it on time. Hey,
I know,
girl.
right?
Hey.
And Lonzy.
Hey, boo, welcome back.
We also want to send a shout out. He's going to watch this later. We're going to say hey to Louboutin, who can't make the class because of work.
Oh, yeah.
So he texted me and said he wasn't going to make it because of work.
So listen, Lou, give us an update on all these toys that you have been looking at. I'm just saying. And like you said, you had to go down from the large to the small.
What?
Quitter.
Did I miss something?
We were having a conversation in one of the groups that we're in, and we were talking about the Hush. Mm-hmm. And he said he couldn't handle the large. I said, listen, don't waste your time with the small.
I was considering him one of my children.
I said, don't waste your time with the small, going up with the large. Just start on with the large because the difference is not that much. And he was like, oh, okay. But then he said, oh, I gotta downsize from the large to the small. And I'm like, quitter.
Hey girl, it's like a quarter of an inch bigger.
Yeah. It's so it doesn't seem like it on paper seems like it's a big jump. When you literally look at them, you're like, well, okay.
I thought you was a professional.
I'm just saying. I mean, but anyway, that's where we are. So, but anyway, that was enough about my week. How was your week?
My week was fine. Oh, did I tell you? I think the Birdman is one of the gays.
As in the artist, the Birdman?
No, we're talking about work stuff. The Birdman.
Got you. Okay.
I think the Birdman is one of the gays.
What makes you think that?
It was just the way was
it your sixth sense?
It was my Spidey sense that was tingling, and that was all. Because I'd fucking like in a glory hole or like in the bathroom or something.
Put this mask on, please. Thank you.
He's got blue eyes and everything. He's not an unattractive person, but no. First of all, I don't shit where I eat.
Right.
And nor do I bring sand to the beach. So like when the girls be like, "Ooh, my biggest fantasy is to have sex in the conference room at work," I was like, "Not mine," because the risks are too high.
So first of
maybe
all,
if it's 3:00 in the morning, but rarely have I worked with coworkers that I'm just like, "Ooh, I got to have him."
So first of all, been there, done that, and it's not really that exciting.
Shocker.
It's not that exciting.
Whore.
It's
like so, and
I did the copier thing too.
Mm-hmm.
And although I've seen so many fails with the copier thing where people sit on the glass and it breaks.
Oh,
like I feel like I'm
you
like,
got
oh my
glass
God.
in your booty. Then how you got to explain that at the emergency room?
Yeah. But then in the office, in my office, in the basement of the whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry, you were saying. I got lost.
Already been fucking people at your new job?
No.
Oh, I thought this was where you were going.
No. Although there's this one bathroom on the main floor that every time I go in there and I see this certain, because the operations people or all of the facilities people wear that navy blue outfit. I see this same navy blue pair of pants and dark shoes in this stall, but they don't close the fucking stall. And I'm like going to the bathroom, then I go to wash my hand and the stalls are right there. So I'm like, this man up? And I was like, let me just get my nap. No.
You walk up like
nope. The door's that way. While I'm sitting there watching it, the door's that way. I'm looking over there. And if it's any of the facility people that I've seen, -1,
it's a no.
It's a no for me.
But anyway, so the Birdman might be a homosexual, or maybe he just has this submissive air about him. But either way, so work is generally fine. Same sort of foolishness as usual. People don't want to do their job and stuff. And so I have been on this thing recently where I'm like, Y'all don't understand how the federal government work, right? I say everybody, we aren't doing the redacted airlines thing here. Y'all know Amtrak just got like a $66 billion appropriation. You can clearly trace that back from the fact that the current president of the United States, when he was a congressman, and before that, a congressman and then a senator, used to take the train from Delaware
down to DC.
I don't know if it was every day, but it was at least every week.
Yeah.
And so he saw the value of the train. So you see that. You see the influence that one person can have on our budget and our appropriation. Well, bitch, when I was on the train to Philadelphia, I couldn't get fucking Wi-Fi there and back. Now I was fine with it because that meant I could just sleep. So no one could be like, oh, well, Brian, you're supposed to be working on this. It's like, I can't get on the Wi-Fi, so see you in Philly, But the expectation is that the Wi-Fi works. And someone like the next Joe Biden or the next Kamala Harris might be riding the train and can't get on the internet. And anytime can happen once, but if it consistently happens, then it's like, well, what do we give you the $66 billion for if y'all can't even get the fucking internet to work? And the big boss happened to be on my call. He was like, you know what, you are exactly right, because people don't understand. You think that you only have this little piece, but we work in IT. We do the shit that people see. If the internet doesn't work, the train ride could be comfortable as shit. But if the kids, and he didn't say this, so I'm sort of projecting, but now, in our day, if you get on the train, bitch, you need to look out the window and shut the fuck up until we get to our destination. But kids gotta be entertained and shit, so they gotta have iPads and they gotta be able to play games and shit. So you gotta have the internet. And so if you got to ride all the way from New York City to DC, and you was expecting a nice quiet ride because you got your kids the earphones and the iPod, and you was expecting the Wi-Fi to work, and instead you got a screaming child all the way, and you go to your office. You go to your congressional office, you're gonna be like, well, girl, why do we give you money? I can't even get a quiet ride on my whatever. So he ain't say all of that, but the point is that he was backing up my point that the stuff that we do is important and valuable. So like when we send you a document, we need you to respond, or when a question is asked of you, get on it. So that's my soapbox. The latest thing is that we are returning to the office on May the 2nd, and we have to say what our working arrangements are. So we're given the flexibility.
Okay.
So I was like, I told my boss, I was like, well, you know what I want to do. She was like, well, you know what I want to do. And she said, so given what we both want to do, and we know that that's not going to happen, what we going to do?
So basically they didn't say what's not going to happen.
Well, what we want to do is to work at home 5 days a week. Right. We know that that's not going to happen.
So give them 2 days and call it a day.
I was like, I want to do one day, Tuesday, but that's probably not going to happen. But I said, Thursday. I'll go in Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah. And
she was like, oh, okay, that's cool, because that's probably what I'm going to do too.
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, either one.
Yeah, but definitely not Monday and definitely not Friday.
Yeah.
So that's what it is boiling down to. So it looked like Tuesday and Thursday. And I did say to her, I was like, but that first week in July, I'm going to be in Florida, so I'm going to be remote that whole time because I'm, not taking off any time that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. She was like, yeah, that's not a problem. But, and I'm still holding on to the fact that the big boss said that this job can be done remote. I think that what it is that we're trying to get everything together. And so in the short term, they want to get people to start coming back to the office or whatever. And then once the latest kerfluffle, because, Amtrak is like a lot of other organizations where the girls are, the upper management is just like, oh, we could just be so much more productive and we could have meetings in person. No, we wouldn't. People just keep saying that. The thing is that you don't know how to manage people well. You don't know how to manage people well remotely. So them being in the office isn't going to make it.
And the
any
thing about a
easier.
meeting is if you can't walk away from the meeting solving the issue or having a
Right.
resolution to the issue, there's no difference whether you're in person or out, like in person or
Right.
not. Like it doesn't, it's like sometimes meetings cause more confusion and make more questions.
They cause more confusion because people aren't focused and they're fucking around and they're doing whatever. And like when I was in the office on Tuesday, and my boss was literally on 2 different meetings at the same time. She had one on her. We use Teams, right? So she had Teams on her phone,
and then Zoom,
and then in Teams on her desk or her work computer. And I was like,
how did she do that with the same name? And you could do that on multiple. Okay, because I thought, okay, now if she did 2 different platforms, I was thinking, okay, but okay, I mean,
I'm not in it.
All the places that I've ever been to, I guess they pay for the basic level.
I guess so. So, but whatever. So otherwise, work is still good. I am still happy there. So we're not.
So 2 days a week.
2 days a week.
That's not bad.
And Tuesday and Wednesday isn't bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And she was like 8 to 5, and I'm like, listen, you're gonna have me having a. Luckily, it's just downtown. So like yesterday, I needed to be there by 8:30, and I left the house at 8 o'clock and got there at 8:15 or between 8:15 and 8:20. So I could still get up at 7 o'clock and get there by like 7:30, 7:45. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to get out of the habit of being like, I gotta be there at 8. So if I get up at 7:30, I can get up and just rush it in at the last minute. So but getting up at 7 isn't gonna be too bad.
You'll be doing shit like putting a whole outfit, like a whole week's worth of clothes in your dress drawer. You get there, like, okay, I got 5 pair of pants.
Right, I'm gonna come dress in this onesie,
like
grab
give me a
set of outfit, and I'll be like,
I'll
be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
So yeah, it'll be fine. So it's
don't have to be
to be on camera. I mean, I don't really bother me. The only meeting that we have to be on camera is for our huddles. And
hey, Atlas,
what
song?
Well,
I'm listening.
I think he was joking. I know we never joke about Janet, but
we don't talk about Bruno. No,
I haven't seen that. It's on my list to watch, though.
Let me be clear. It is not the end all. It just has cute stuff in it.
Okay.
That's it. It's not. That is one of them. That's
Gotcha.
it. It's just, yeah.
Is Bruno a homosexual or something?
They're talking about Bruno Mars.
Oh,
that's what I got from
the movie Encanto. Oh, so I thought Bruno was a character in the movie.
If it is, I missed it because again, that's told you that's how much it was. I was like, oh yeah, what is this? What's going on here? What's the?
Were you high?
No.
Oh
no, it just wasn't.
Got it.
It's all right, but it's Bruno.
Yeah.
That's all.
So other than that,
actually no, I think Bruno was the brother. Now that I think about it.
Oh,
but anyway, whatever.
Saturday, went apartment shopping with the slave and continued to get the shock of my life.
Okay, can we just pause for 1 second? Bitch, why is there like the economy size jar of Vaseline? Bitch, what the? I'm sorry, never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay. Everybody grown. It's okay. It's all right. Everybody grown. Everybody.
Wait a minute. Stop. I want the girls to see. So in order to keep this foot all nice and smooth, smoothish and halfway decent looking. See, I didn't do it in 2 days, so you see how it gets all dry.
It's a little slow. Okay.
And so
you put the cotton socks on?
I put the cotton socks on.
Okay.
So every other day or so,
okay,
I put on the Vaseline.
Okay.
And I do it in the morning. So it depends if I take a shower or whatever.
If you go to sleep at night, you put them on. But I can't sleep.
I can't sleep in them socks. I sleep completely naked.
Yeah, I can't sleep
at night. And
thank you, Bruno is the brother. Sorry.
So the only time I wear underwear, like remember the first time we went on a trip somewhere, and I wore underwear in bed. Not that you remember that I wore underwear, but I remember we knew each other, but we didn't know each other like the way we know each other now. So like that first time I wore underwear in the bed because I mean, it wasn't like I was trying to hit on you, but just also just everybody just isn't necessarily
Everybody's just not
cool
comfortable with,
with someone else in the bed, butt naked. Because wherever we were, we had to share a bed, and even though
was that
it was
Cleveland?
like a king size bed, it was
I don't know.
wherever it was, but I can't even. I don't at this point. I don't even like to wear any underwear or anything, and even if I do, I definitely can't wear socks at night because it's like
That's the first thing that comes
that's
up when
gonna
I come
keep
home.
me. That's gonna keep me
It sucks.
awake the whole fucking night is those socks.
Socks
So
is the
yes,
first thing that come home.
the big thing of Vaseline is so that I can lotion up my feet every day.
For whatever reason, the baby scented ones seem to work a little bit better. I don't know what it is.
The baby scented
Vaseline. I don't know what it is. It just seems maybe it's just the smell that I associate with soft, but for whatever reason, it just seems to work a little bit better to me. But that's just me. I also didn't buy the actual Vaseline. I bought the Target brand Vaseline.
That's not the actual Vaseline.
Yeah, I just know because she was a little high.
That is the Big Lots.
Okay. Yeah. There's a big a friend of mine hit me.
I fucking love Big Lots.
Wait a minute, I'm not going to name any names, but a friend of mine hit me to the large ass bottle of Vaseline or petroleum jelly. And he said it's
bigger
large
than that one.
It's large enough to put your hand in. I said, well, why would you? Never mind. That's what he prefers.
From
Big Lots. It's like a big. It's like it's almost like the size of like a Crisco can, and the top. So you screw it off, and he just puts his hand right in and just.
I have not seen that before.
I said, bitch, of all things, like, bitch, what? He was like, I don't like anything else. That's what I like. I like the petroleums and the jelly, and I was like, oh.
Well, God bless it.
Well, yeah, God bless your ministry. I mean, if it works for you, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. So that's what the big bottle of Vaseline is for.
All right.
Any other?
No.
Any other personally intrusive questions?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, not right now.
All right.
I'll save that
for later. Okay. But we went apartment shopping because the slave is looking to move at some point.
Okay.
So we went and looked at two. The dudes that walked us to the apartment were both very attractive.
Okay.
Like the one was this little white guy who was about 5'6", 5'7", with these blue eyes. Baby, I was
wear him like a hood ornament. Like
exactly. I had this we know a person who used to do this. He used to meet dudes, and he had a friend who was an apartment manager in Upper Northwest. And so like our friend would invite you to say, let's hook up. So we would go to this apartment and he would like sign us up like it's an apartment tour. So that's how he kept his numbers up. Now he didn't get a lot of sales from that, but at least showed that he was viewing. So we would go to the apartment, and then our mutual friend would go and get gutted. But it would be like 7 or 8 dudes that would ultimately show up, and like he would just get gutted by like 8 dudes in this empty apartment. So if you ever rent an apartment in Upper Northwest, one of those older like mid-century or built in the late 50s, early 60s with that parquet wood floor and it smelled like ass, that's why.
I'm going to leave that alone. I think I know who you're talking about. I heard we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Anyway, so we went looking at apartments. The first one we looked at, apartments were cute. First of all, apartments are so expensive. Now, he was looking in Alexandria, but it was like $2,500 for this 650, 700 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment. And I was like,
it's a lot of fucking money. That's a mortgage, basically.
Right. My mortgage is $2,190. Is $21
fucking mortgage.
$2,139 $60. And I got 2,500 square feet here. And so that was the first place we looked at. The second place we looked at with this cute, I don't know, I think he was Latino.
Okay.
Or just light skinned, either way. This building is so new that they were still doing like construction and stuff, but they were still giving tours of some of the spaces.
Okay.
And I'm like, but they didn't have their shit together.
The building, the company?
Yeah, they were like, well, maybe this, is this, what's the key? I haven't even been to this apartment myself. And I was like, girl, y'all are doing a whole lot. You can't be having the tours if the shit isn't together. But it's just the prices. The prices
the prices are there. They are, and people are buying them. People are renting them. And I'm just like, are you kidding? But also people are trying to do shit with like roommates. And I was like,
right. There is no way in hell that in a 1-bedroom apartment, and when I say 1 bedroom, like the 1 bedroom is the size of this, and maybe not even quite as big as the Gay Boy Mansion Studio D.
This would be like the bedroom,
right? And not all, and some of them did have like a cute like walk-in or walk-through closet to the bathroom.
I hate walk-through closets.
It's for me, it's fine if the walk-through is to a bathroom that you don't share, but because it's a 1-bedroom apartment, it's only one bathroom.
I don't like that.
So I don't keep a filthy bathroom, but
hey, Real Playing Gaming,
there's a reason why the upstairs bathroom for me is off limits to other people.
I definitely hate those type of apartments where you have 2 doors to enter, where one goes in from the one side and one.
And that is actually how that back bedroom is. But it's a door that opens into my bedroom and one from the hallway. But the one from the hallway is blocked with shit, and the door is locked.
Yeah,
so no one ever goes.
I don't like that because I don't want to share. I just need my bathroom to be my bathroom, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
anyway. It's just like, girl.
So he definitely
likes both of them, but it's just trying to figure out what he wants to do. I know that I was just like, girl, you could for this amount of money, you could get you a 1-bedroom condo,
at that point,
and be spending less money, and
have some check out the HOA fees, because goddamn it, they kill you.
HOAs be getting you.
Oh my god,
they'd be like, oh, the mortgage is only
$900,
$950.
It's
$150,000 to buy the condo. But then the condo fee is like $1,000 a month.
I was like $700-800 a month.
No,
that's some bullshit. That's some straight up bullshit.
Yeah. So, anyways, what are we gonna talk about today? Who are we gonna talk about today? What's happening? What's going on?
I think this is this. He may be stunt queenish. It's not necessarily his fault, but it's just kind of.
But they said this.
But it's like
when I saw this. So let's start. The headline.
Yes, the headline on GQ
said Future is the best rapper alive.
So stop. Wait. Stop. Can any of you name a single song by Future?
I'll wait.
We just want to see what you put in the comments.
We'll give it a 10-second countdown starting now. Boom, boom.
Okay, so we have Boyfriend and Drunk in Love, the Beyonce one. So you're saying that Future wrote Drunk in Love with or without Drake? So so that's another level. But so you're saying, so Accenture, I just want to be clear. You're saying he wrote Drunk in Love? Because if that's the case, then even to this day, he did. Okay, so I was today years old when I found that out. Because I don't. But again, so GQ has this whole spread on him, which actually in the spread he looks kind of nice. Like I'm not even gonna. Some of the clothes, the picture, the art, the artistic vision that they had, it looks nice. And I think his name is like Divine. It's something. He's not bad looking.
I would not be able to pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah, he's not bad looking. And some people were like, well, he's got good sex. No, he don't have good sex. We don't know if he has good sex.
Lots of sex.
He has lots of sex, and he might come quick, which might get people
stuck. He has come often enough to have a number
7
of
or 8
children.
Kids. But yeah, I just, and again, some of it's like nice pictures. You know what I mean? Like the idea of it, it's like, all right, cool. Like even that one, when you get down with the khakis on and stuff, it's like, all right. I think that was it's anyway. So anyway, in an interview in 2021 with NORE and DJ Effin on the Drink Champs podcast, Kanye West made what at the time sounded like a bold declaration. He said, Future is the most influential artist of the past decade. It's like, what? as I'm reading this, he goes on and it gets Future's point of view, and he says, "I got here through music." He said, "I didn't get here for having the best interviews. Other dudes in the world can have the best speech. They can do this in one take and it'd be perfect. I just found a way to make art with words, and through that, that's just how I live." But the question that GQ is posing is, was Kanye's declaration really so bold? Consider Future's style, which, while widely imitated, is today still singular. Not only does Future use his voice to contort words and syllables into shapes we've never encountered before, his own innovative take on the concept of bars, but his verses are uniquely versatile. He can traipse through the full spectrum of human emotion, from lovingly tender to cruelly toxic to heart-wrenching to turned up to 11, all within the space of an 8 count.
Okay, I'll just chalk it up to the fact that I don't really listen to a lot of modern hip hop. So
the
fact
I
that I don't know a lot of Drake Future's songs don't necessarily mean anything.
But again,
not necessarily the audience.
I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. If he wrote "Drunken Love," baby, listen, go right on ahead. But now, can we also, in that same vein? And I'm not necessarily I'm not a part of the Beehive, nor am I a hater, but Bey sang that song. Like she just put all this extra into it. So I'm not saying it wasn't a good song, but Bey made that song what it was. So we just gonna leave it at that. Have you all been paying attention lately to the Kardashians and the nonsense that's going on with the Kardashians and with Blac Chyna? Well, okay, so China Black was dating Rob Kardashian, and her real name is Angela White. She filed a lawsuit against the entire family, including her ex-fiance, Rob Kardashian, his sisters, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, and his mom, Kris Jenner. And the trial has already started. Now, haven't been keeping up. Here you are. Here we go. In 2017, Chyna filed a lawsuit alleging that the family was responsible for derailing her reality TV show career. She and Rob starred in their own spinoff, 2016's Rob and Chyna, before splitting in that December. In her suit, Chyna alleges that the Kardashians were behind the cancellation of the show's second season and is suing them for defamation. Simultaneously, she is suing Rob for assault, battery, and harassment. As a result, Chyna is seeking upwards of $100 million in damages. Now, Miss Kris Jenner may be many things. I don't necessarily know how I feel about this and whether I believe it or I don't believe it, but somehow I can believe her saying some of the things that she may have said, but I don't necessarily believe she's trying to stop her from getting bad.
Right. Why would she ruin a show for her own
for
child?
her child and her grandchild?
Who has nothing. I mean, what else does Rob Kardashian have going on?
And nothing. Blac Chyna.
I mean, he ain't got no sex tape.
Blac Chyna.
He ain't got no nothing.
And I called her Chyna Black, but I'm saying her name is Blac Chyna. But anyway, anyway, in addition
to that's Chino Black. That's
maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. So in addition, Chyna and her lawyer Lynn Ciani, Kim, Khloe, Kris, and Kylie were all present for the California court proceedings on the 18th. Now get this: when they were in the courtroom, they all sat in the front row of a Los Angeles courtroom as the prospective jurors aired their feelings about the famous family and the 4 women, all defendants in a lawsuit brought by Rob Kardashian's Blac Chyna. And I quote, "Anything that has to do with their names is just a big no for me," one man said. "I don't think reality TV is good for society." Her lawyer, Lynn, asked 47 candidates their feelings about the plaintiffs and defendants and the reality shows the case stems from. Another said, "I sincerely hope none of these people get any wealthier because of this." Someone else said, "Keeping Up with the Kardashians when it first came on." I'm sorry. She said one woman said her teenage daughter tried to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians when it first came on, but she put a stop to it. She said, "I don't think that they were the best role models.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't let her watch anything involving them."
Mm-hmm.
And so another panel member said,
"Lean in."
Another panel member said he couldn't wait to be asked, told to give his name, occupation, marital status, and hometown shortly after sitting down. He answered, then added, "And I just want to say I have a very negative perception of the parties, and I'm not sure I could be unbiased."
Right.
Like,
I'd have been like,
you are sitting
I think
in
all
court.
of these people are awful people. The plaintiff and the defendant.
You are sitting in court with the people that you are talking about and their reality show telling it to them in their face.
And bitch, you just told your name, marital status, and occupation.
Everything. You just said every single thing. So
and Black China seemed like the kind of bitch that'd be like, so you was talking because you know they from PG County. Oh, so what you was talking about me or whatever?
Not about you, but about the Kardashians.
She said, this person said, I have a very negative perception of the parties. So I take that to mean the plaintiff and the defendant. I know.
Yeah, right.
I'm just
they were
being
but I got it. I got it. But hey, listen.
It's kind of what I would say, because I would be like, this doesn't feel like we're going to a one and done. This feels like these girls are going to try to drag this out for months. And I'm going to be out of work and whatever to sit around and listen to all of you rich, not you, Black China, rich people. You know,
well, actually, no, she is rich. She's rich. She's getting child support from two baby daddies. I'm just saying, per month.
But is she though?
She's getting child support from Rob and child support from Tyga.
But both of them said that she only keep the child one day a week.
But she's still getting the child support.
But then they got terrible lawyers.
I'm just saying,
there's no way 30. If I'm keeping a child,
I'm sorry, let me take that back.
6 days a week, and you're only keeping it, because remember we had this whole conversation.
One's paying 40 and one's paying 37. So she's not. You're right.
They're paying for the school and everything, right?
Schooling everything. So yeah,
and they said the child lives with them. Both of them, Rob and Tyga, both said that the child lives with them 6 days of the week. No worries, eccentric. I'm glad you joined us and go enjoy your pledge class.
And please tell your pledge master that he needs to tune his ass into this show every now and then.
Right, you know.
Love you.
We got something for his ass when I see him at Claw next weekend.
Love you. Is he going?
I mean, he lived there.
Well,
I mean, he lived in Detroit, but I mean, I would assume that he would come down.
Okay.
So, you know.
But anyway.
So fuck all of these people. I don't really care what happens to none of them.
This one actually is more. We can actually pull that up. That's because you need to check out some of the looks on that. But we can come back. We can come back. Yeah. But let's go to this one first.
All right.
So the Breakfast Club. So listen, Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy,
I don't fuck with him either.
Angela Yee, all of them. Okay. So DJ Envy, him and his wife, they go viral after his wife publicly reveals that she faked every orgasm with him during their 21 years of marriage.
That is so fucked up.
Baby.
Well, it's fucked up because it's like, wow.
So for the past week, Envy and his wife have been doing a media tour to promote their new book, Real Life, Real Love, Love Lessons on Joy, Pain, and the Magic That Holds Us Together. And it chronicles the ups and downs of their marriage. During a recent interview with The Shade Room, Casey got candid when she revealed to the world that she rewards her husband with fake orgasms because it makes him feel good. She says, I'm sure so many women can relate. You want to reward that man for that work, and the only reward you have to offer is an orgasm. But even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative. So Envy added that he felt crushed when his wife told him that she was faking her orgasms every time we had sex. He said, we had gotten into an argument, and then she was like, well, you know, I don't be having an orgasm. And I was like, yes, you do. I hear it. And she was like, no, I'm faking it. I'm like, every time? And she was like, yeah. And that's just crushed me because I thought I was putting in work. It's like, really? But hey, listen, they're still together. They met when they were in high school. And they are still together after about 20 years. And this is where they are. And listen, she got her man. And he got his wife, and that's where they are. So, God bless you, because that
just feels like a lot of work to me.
It's
because
a lot.
I'd be like, because if you aren't really pleasuring me, I would be like when you would climb on. You know, I'm putting myself in the mold of a woman now.
Let him climb on top.
You know, I would. You know, I'm not just going to. Okay, sometimes you're just like, okay, girl. Sometimes just let you climb on top and do my business because clearly you're not putting it down like that, so it's not lasting long. You're not really doing all of that. But for 20 years, you at some point, I like in the middle, he gonna be like, and you can be like, stop,
like I've had
stop.
Enough. I've had enough.
All of this rabbit fucking that you're doing is not working for me. I need you to. Like, so here you go. You got this much dick, right? Okay. And what you've got is a totally fine length of dick. but you are fucking like you got this much dick. And you keep pulling all the way out and slamming all the way back into me every time.
No,
and
listen, I mean, you could just make him a sandwich.
right. It just
Hey,
feels,
Lola.
I mean, who among us has not, pulled out and spit on a dude's back and been like, ugh.
I'm sorry. What was the question again? Has or has not?
Who has not?
I haven't pulled out and spit on anybody's back.
I was fucking this dude and I was just over it. And so I was just like, I'm about to come. I'm about to come. I'm about to come. I'm about to come. And then I pulled out and I was like, I mean, his head is that way, so he don't see what's going on. It doesn't work if they it doesn't work if you know if you're if he's on his back and looking at you, but if he's right, he's like, did you like spit on me?
Like I just
I have, and I am not ashamed to admit that I was over the sex.
All I'm saying is,
and I pulled out and said, ugh, and that.
All I'm saying is I've never pulled out and spit on anyone's back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, when I asked the same question on Facebook, apparently a lot of other people had, so it's just you. Anywho.
That don't mean I didn't go through the motions.
But
but
even if I did that once, obviously I didn't fuck around with that person again because clearly the sex wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
But even if I was married to somebody like that, I'd be like, listen, girl, this isn't working.
I mean,
but then again, I would never marry someone that I don't have at least minimal sexual chemistry with. And
that
to not be satisfied in 20 years.
That's a problem.
Because she said she didn't say, oh, you know, that one time I faked it. She said every time. So
every time.
Even if y'all only have sex.
They've been together since they were in high school.
Right. So that's a lot of fake orgasms. And that just feels like too much work for me. Like my whole mind would just be like she got to be with her girlfriends. And her girlfriends are like, I see, because Marcus, our brother, like somebody's married named Marcus, someone named Marcus, it's like Marcus blew my back out. And you just sitting there like, yeah, he does the same for me. No, I just will not be able to do that for 20 years. And at some point I'd just be like, girl, please. I'd be like, dude, stop.
Wait. I'm quick to tell someone the sex is lame. Oh my God. So do you tell them just like that? Do you say, listen, your sex game is lame? Or do you kind of like smooth it out like peanut butter? Is it chunky? Or do you even add some grape jelly, or you just put it out there? Like, what you doing?
Well, for me, because I generally top, it's just easy. Like if you don't want to be done, or even if I don't pull out, even if I haven't pulled out and spat on someone, there has been times when I've been like, oh, I'm coming. And then like,
now I've done
that. Okay.
I've done that.
All right. And then they're sitting there like, can we come? No.
Yeah, I've done that.
I got to get up and go to work. But, you know, those kinds of opportunities are few and far between for me. And so they stand out because if the sex isn't good, I've rarely had sex with someone twice if the sex was not good the first time.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So here's a question. So in that same vein of
well, of course not, Alice, because you got that good. Child, he be slaying the kids. I remember when he used to live here, we were like, what is going on in there?
So the question is, somebody posted this on Facebook the other day. Would you pay for sex? Would you like pay for dick, pay for ass, pay for whatever? Would you pay for sex?
On vacation or like as an exception?
Well, whatever.
Yes. Or as a rule? Absolutely not. Not as a consistent way to get off. Like for me, like if I'm going, like if let's say, like when we went to Mexico, and remember me and the slave dipped out to get the massage when we was at the Blue Chairs.
Yeah.
I was assuming,
right? You assumed that
it was going to be a happy ending. So I was totally fine with that. I mean, that was that sex work, and I was totally fine with that, and I was totally fine for it because it was part of the adventure.
Listen, Atlas, he didn't say who it was or how many times you did it or whether they was grabbing on the walls or hanging out the window or not. He didn't say any of that. I mean, I'm just saying, listen, I was just here once or twice and I just heard a few things and I saw a few cars parked, but I'm just saying, I'm not one to gossip or nothing like that. I ain't telling all your business. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Real X Playing Gaming says, no love. Everything has been 100% genuine with you. But yeah, like Lola said, I might pay for a boyfriend experience like an entire evening. Yeah.
So I don't know if
that would be fun on vacation, but as a like, oh, I'm horny on a Friday night and I need to get off, so let me just call a prostitute. And I'm not shading it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
It's just not it's not your thing.
My budget isn't even kind of set up. First of all, I'm over sort of like vanilla sex. And I think there's just so many, especially as a gay man, when dudes be like, I can't find nobody to fuck me or to fuck, I'd be like, what? I mean, do you live, unless you live in like a tiny town.
Internet? You don't have no internet whatsoever?
Right. I was like, there's no one that you could get to fuck you. Like you can't go to the glory hole or to the sex club.
You can walk down the street to the damn grocery store.
If you live in New York City or DC or Philadelphia or Atlanta or anywhere south of Orlando or Los Angeles or Chicago, any major city,
metropolitan,
with a black gay population, there is tons of ready dick and ass.
Yeah.
If all you're interested, Atlas says, what about the gym?
Yeah, the gym too. But listen, Freaky McNasty put out there is like, I may pay to go to the Nasty Girl spot. Yeah, I will do that. But I don't really feel like I don't feel like I'm paying. I just feel like I'm actually in a place where it's just everybody's there for a specific reason. We're just
to me, that's not the same.
So I will do that.
To pay means you either you either come to his or their place, or they come to your place, or you meet at a hotel or something.
I will say I did have a massage that did end with a happy ending, and I was kind of shocked because I was like, well, wait a minute, what the? I was like, oh, okay, well, this was cute.
Okay.
It was cute, but I didn't want to do it again.
Fuck you or jack you off?
So that time he went and got some lube, and we just started to fucking. So, but I wouldn't do it again.
Ooh, Lola said I got smiled at in the Rockville Fresh Market. Oh. Okay.
Lola said, I'm menopausal. I don't have those kind of feelings anymore. Okay. Laugh out loud. So that doesn't mean that she does not. That just
I will say that I know women who are going through menopause, and once they get past menopause,
once they get finished,
they're like, baby, I ain't got to worry about getting pregnant no more.
They're like, ring-a-ling-a-ling.
They're like, here go them legs. You see this leg? See this leg? Spread. Because they're like, bitch, I ain't got to get pregnant no more.
Yeah, like
I ain't got these fucking crazy ass hormones. I don't get a period, all the fucking time. Yeah. No, girl, I'm living my whole fucking life.
The gym
that's that, Josh. Josh, I just want to be clear that all of that whole phase that Atlas went through was before he met you. That's his. He changed his name. That's the same person. See, I just want to be clear. Because all of that. We really do like Josh. Josh has been a really good guy, and that is all before the whole phase is all before he met you.
All I'm saying is the stuff that I remember from years ago. That's all I'm saying. I don't know anything about the current because that's what I'm saying. But I'm here for it. So if y'all want to get together and do that, y'all do it. Go ahead.
That's a shame.
Y'all can figure that out. Y'all can listen.
Right,
y'all can make it a game. Y'all can figure it out. Come on over. I got plenty of stuff in my closet that y'all can probably put on and use as a different look or whatever. But I'm just saying.
Right.
It is what it is.
But yeah, so would I pay for sex? Yeah, as like a fun and exciting extra, but not as like. Not like no one will be like, oh, here comes the minion. He's regular Friday night. No.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah,
because there's too many people giving it away.
I don't know
for free.
So for myself, I don't think I would, but I'm not necessarily against it. Now, I will also say that I'm going to be that bitch to be like, listen, I'm paying you how much, and this is all that you're doing. Oh no, we're doing all the things that I want to do for this piece of change, whatever it is. So I don't know. I mean, for right now, no, it's just too plentiful. And I just
tell you my South Florida story about the time I had about the trade in the Embassy Suites?
Go on.
Picture it. Miami, Florida. 2007. It was there for work. After work, I'm there for the weekend. So I went to Twist in
Ooh, I like Twist.
South Florida.
That's the one with the different rooms.
Mhm.
That's the one where the guy spit on my shoe.
Oh,
After it's like, bitch.
this cute, I want to say he's like Dominican or whatever, comes up and starts sitting with me, and I'm like, he's like, we should go back to your room. You know, we can, you know, have some fun. And I'm like, hey,
Let's go. I got my keys.
he's like, I need to make a stop first. And he went and got some weed. And, you know, I'm not as progressive. I wasn't as progressive with the weed as I am now. But I'm not going. It is not my business to tell Josh about any MAL stories. You can tell him that to the extent that you want to tell him that.
But you don't have any MAL stories. So what is there? What are we talking about? I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you. He doesn't listen. He doesn't have any MAL stories. I'm sorry.
No, he does not.
Take two. He doesn't have any MAL stories. Okay, take three. He doesn't have any MAL stories.
He absolutely does.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Anyway, so
Twist.
trade,
Lead. Stop.
Get the weed. Feels like it was the projects, but you know I'm not a very good judge of the projects. Remember when I went to your apartment the first time? So we left there, went back to my apartment or my hotel at the Embassy Suites because I was there for like a week. You know, Embassy Suites. I just found this deal where it was like $60 a night for the room at Embassy Suites and everything. Because, you know, they had the free breakfast.
What's up, Mac?
The free full breakfast every day.
Okay.
That
Embassy
was
Suites. Okay.
at
Yeah.
Embassy Suites.
Yeah, well, yeah, which is why in Williamsburg. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
So he takes his clothes off, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm watching him take his clothes off, and he starts jerking off, and so like as he starts jerking off, you know, I'm like fingering him or whatever. You know, like, you know, let's make this happen. And he sort of like brushes my finger away, finishes jerking off, and then puts his clothes on and says, that'll be $200. And I was like,
excuse me?
Bitch, where? I was like, one. I don't pay for sex. I would have paid for sex. Well, I would pay for sex now. I'm a little bit more sort of liberated now. But even if that had happened today, we ain't do nothing. I put my first digit in your butthole. You put my finger away, and so essentially, I watched you jerk off. I have always, like, when you meet the dudes and be like, let's just get together and jerk off. No, I don't need anyone to. If I want to see someone jerk off, I could look in the mirror.
I got a TV.
But what I can't do is suck my own dick, nor can I put my dick in my own ass. So unless we are going to do those things, you don't need to come over. So I'm definitely not paying to watch someone else jerk off. And we didn't agree to none of that ahead of time.
Right.
Because if he had said up front, you know, if he had said to me in the club, you know, you want to...
You know, I charge.
And then I'd have been like,
have a nice life.
Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah.
A lovely evening. And then so I was like, yeah, I'm not paying you. I'm just not paying
let me guess. Did he try to puff his chest up a little bit?
He tried. You know the kind of dudes that I like. I could have whooped his ass if I really needed to. He was naked. Let's be clear. I was fully clothed with traction that got my shoes. I had planted myself, and it was like, I am not paying you. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm not leaving. I was like, well, then I'm going to call the police. He's like, well, then they'll come and see you. I was like, listen, honey.
Right.
I'm going to be fine because I've not done anything. You are a person who is in my hotel room. and won't leave at my request. When the police come, they will ask the front desk, whose name is this room
Yep.
in? And that is the person that controls the situation. That person is me. You are not someone where we went and got a hotel room together. No. Best friend remembers this story.
Okay.
So I told him, he was like, what?
Mm-mm.
And so he didn't leave. He would absolutely not leave. So then the police show up. And
Girl, wait a minute. Let me stop. So,
Mhm.
bitch, how long did it take you before? Because listen, I need you to leave my room. I'm going to tell you once. I may even tell you a second time. But by the third time, you're getting out of my motherfucking room. Like, bitch, whether you want to or not, your clothes is going.
I
I'm
could
sorry.
fight him, but I didn't want to have to like fight the girls because some of the girls like to scrap, and I just didn't feel like I didn't want to mess up the face.
Just
It was
for
like it was,
principle.
and here's the thing: I was there for like a whole week, so I got there on like a Friday and was staying through the weekend and through the week. So this happened like Saturday night, so I didn't want to fuck up the whole rest of my week, and so I was like, "You got to go." He didn't leave. You got to go. 911. Yeah, I am at the Embassy Suites or Northwest, blah, blah, blah. And there's someone in my room that won't leave. And it was like, all right, we'll be there in a second. The police got there, and the one police officer talks to me, and the other police officer talks to him.
Did he put his clothes on?
Well, he had his clothes on by
Okay.
that time. So as the police officer's talking to me, I don't think he was gay, but he definitely had the air of, I've seen this story a million times. So he's like, he looked at me. So he was like, so where did you meet him? And so I'm sitting there like, because this has never happened to me before. So I'm mortified. I am a rich white woman. like I'm sitting there like
ice jiggling shit like
I'm just here for a fun weekend in South Florida.
I was doing community service work with the girls.
Right. And he was like, what club did you meet him in? I was like,
and the police probably knew him.
We'll get to that part in a minute. I was like, it was Twist. He was like, so here's the thing. Don't bring men that you don't know back to your hotel room. And I was like, does not compute. I ain't say none of that, but I was like, thank you, officer. So here's the part. Girlfriend had warrants. Not warrant. Warrants.
Okay.
So they pulled it up, but apparently it was like low-level shit. I feel like they were at the end of their shift because this was like 3:00 in the morning, and they didn't want to be bothered with, the processing or whatever. So they was like, so here's the thing. You can either get all your shit and leave voluntarily, or we can take you in. Now, if we take you in, then it's going to be a whole problem because then now we got to go through all of this. So what you going to do? So he put his clothes on and he left. And so then here I am every other day. Because remember, I said this is Saturday and I was still at the hotel for another 5 days. So every day at the hotel, I'm like this as I'm walking past the front desk because I'm imagining they're all like, there's a dude that brought the prostitute back to the hotel.
Bitch, as long as you got the number to my motherfucking credit card.
Right, as long as my credit card go through. Mind your own motherfucking
Shut the fuck
business.
up, bitch.
And where's my eggs? I asked for this omelet with extra cheese, bitch.
Motherfuckers. Don't get me, no. Ooh, motherfucker.
So yes, I did have a situation like that, and I did not pay for it because we didn't have sex. Now, I don't know that I would have paid him even if we had sex back then. Nowadays, if I probably wouldn't have, because I would have just been like, I did not
tell me up front.
I did not come to this evening prepared to pay for sex. Because here's the thing: if I hadn't hooked up with you, I was just gonna go to the sex spot
and
a couple of blocks away.
I'd have been good.
Then I would have paid my $20 to get in for free, and then I could have had sex with as many dudes as I would have wanted to. So I didn't need this. I don't normally pick up prostitutes, and there's again nothing wrong with that. And for those that do, but that's not how it's not how I want my finances to be set up. I do not have a line item in my travel budget that says sex work.
Contribution to the community.
Right. Community service. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. My travel budget does not have a
Yeah, it
line
doesn't.
for that.
No. I just the gall of somebody even trying to do that. I just
On the back end too, not on the front end, but to come to my room, jerk off, and then think that you want me that you're supposed to get paid. I mean, he had a nice piece, but I was never in it for.
But
his
here's
penis.
the thing. Y'all didn't even have a conversation about it. Like, who the fuck
No.
does that? Who does that? Like, what the people people do too much.
Yeah, they do too much.
People
And
do
that
too
I
much.
was going to pay him like $200 in 2008, $2007 to watch him jerk off.
Now, see, this is, and I got two.
It wasn't even that impressive. I mean, like if he had done like something incredible, like twisted it into a bow tie, I still would have paid him. But
listen, I got two bristlers on this call right here, right now. Because listen, we already know that if we came back to that room and this motherfucker said, "Now you owe me some money," first of all, he would have been jumped like a motherfucker. So let's just start with that.
Thanks, my Master Mac. Line item: goods and services. There we go.
Yeah, he would have been jumped like shit. But even if I was by myself, be like, bitch, just the idea, like, so I'm that type of person who, the reality of the situation is, you always have to look at what's going on. You have to read the room and see what's going on. So, I may talk a lot of shit, but you just sometimes just have to read the fucking room. And if the room calls for you to just back the fuck out with your tail between your legs, then baby, guess what? I'm gonna back the fuck out with my tail between my legs because I'm looking out for my best interest going forward. Howsoever, this is a one-on-one situation that involves me spending my money in my motherfucking room, and I invite you back to my room, and you will have the unmitigated gall to tell me that I owe you some money in my motherfucking room, or like the idea I've heard stuff like when I was in grad school, I lived in this apartment. It was above a thrift store. And I kept forgetting that they would have like deliveries at night. Like they would come and do stuff. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, the hallway, the way it was set up, it felt like they were in my apartment. Like I heard noise. Right. So I'm like waking up, jumping up and like getting out my bed and walking around with my motherfucking bag. I'm going to the front door like, I know nobody that came my like I was so pissed off at the idea. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, you gonna tell me you're not gonna leave out my no. So
again, I'm having I was that weekend. That's what it was. I was best friend will know exactly when it was. It was in 2007 after I cussed the hell out of Pat Wallace. That was the woman where she started talking shit. And I was like, bitch, you could talk to these other hoes any other way that they will allow you. But no. That was when I was leaving Bearing Point and going to anyway, it was sometime up in there. But I was there needing a break from all of the shit with ICE and everything. So I was living my rich white woman fantasy for a minute. So I was not prepared to fight the girls back in the spot. I'm a lover, not a fighter. That doesn't mean I can't fight. But I prefer not to fight. And I didn't want to, this is the whole studio because this is just like a regular bedroom. So we was all the way in the back bedroom and I would have had to, pick old boy up and then like throw him bodily out of the room. And
there was no balcony?
We was on like the 9th floor.
Why is that my concern?
See, Philadelphia. See,
I'm just trying to understand why. How is that my concern?
Scandalous. No, girl, I'm not trying to get charged. I'm not trying to.
I don't know. He
turn it into
marijuana, and he was on the balcony, and he was doing all types of. People heard him scream because that was me screaming because he was doing a handstand on the balcony, and I was like, no, don't do it, no. And then he fell.
Yeah. So I think that was 2007. It was like May of 2007 because I was leaving Carter and Burgess and going to Bearing Point. So I took some time off. It was the same job, same company, but I was taking some time off as I was making the transition between one contract and another. So it was a lot going on.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was a lot. And so what I know now is
I was like, listen, Maximus, bitch, you know how it rolls. Bitch, you know how this goes.
You've thrown bitches off of balconies before?
I didn't say I've thrown a bitch off a balcony. I've never said that. That's nothing you ever say.
That's the way that Freaky McNasty implied.
That I've never said that on camera. I will never say that at all. There's nowhere that I've ever said that.
You tried to Mecca Revlon a hoe?
Go on to the Go on to where we going? We're going to the next story. We're on Drag Race now.
All right.
ATL when Keith pulled out. Shut up! So now you talking too much.
Right now you telling business.
Now you telling
Now
business.
you telling tales.
Now you telling business. Come on.
All right. So
listen. We already know.
Set the scene.
Yeah, we already know that we haven't watched Drag Race this season. So let me just go ahead and tell you that right now.
But
it is not.
looks.
It's not even a good thing. But they had a reunion special, and these pictures are not from the reunion special. These are from the finale and the looks that they have, because the finale comes on this Friday, but it's already been taped, and then they tape the different endings and they show it, and they show that they air the ending live. So, but these are some of the looks that the season 14 contestants gave or were giving at the taping of the live show.
Right. All right.
So
this is the first look is Alyssa Hunter.
And for many of you who may or may not remember her, she's the trade of the season. Out of drag. She's the straight trade of the season.
Okay, yeah.
Straight trade.
And
Puerto
the theme, what was the theme again? Thanos snap. Oh no, what was the theme?
Well, it wasn't necessarily a theme. It was just kind of how everybody kind of came through with stuff.
Okay.
But it does seem very kind of combination of a couple different themes.
Yeah. So Alyssa Hunter, Bosco.
Yes, Bosco. This look is very fairy, but I kind of like the bottom of it. I like the feathers on the bottom.
Yeah.
I think the feathers are amazing. Now, I absolutely love Angeria. Angeria gives you showgirl out of this world. That back piece and her face is everything.
Yes.
I love Angeria. I don't necessarily know if she's gonna win, but listen, the bitch pulls a look together like nobody's business, and she looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I love this look on her. Diabetes, this is cute for her, and
it's cute, but it's not cute.
It's cute for her. It works. It's like it's very her.
Mm-hmm.
That's just very her. But it's this cute look. Deja, girl,
yeah, she could have kept this.
Listen, them motherfucking pumps.
First of all, if you're going to go through all of this, I mean, if this is your look, why is your headpiece pink?
I feel like she's giving an homage to Miss Congeniality. Remember Miss Congeniality when Miss Congeniality 2, when Regina King and they did the Tina Turner thing on stage, and the guy that did her makeup was the one that came out with the headdress, and so did she have the same headdress on.
Okay,
that's kind of what I'm thinking it's an homage to. Jasmine Kennedy looks amazing. Jasmine is one of 4 girls this season on season 14 who I came out and identified now as trans.
Yeah.
So Jasmine Kennedy, Willow Pill, Cornbread.
Willow is trans?
Cornbread and Bosco.
I knew Cornbread.
Yes.
And Jasmine Kennedy, I didn't know about.
Yes, she was on the reunion special. She was very emotional about it. And then of course we already knew that Carrie Colby was already identifies as trans. But yeah, Jasmine looks amazing. And she's not, but she looks amazing. Now, Miss Georges. Okay.
I was expecting more from Georges.
She's listen, as Brew and Michelle used to always say, you're relying on that body, baby. You're relying on that body, because this outfit is not like.
I mean, it's a fine outfit, but based on the look that she's been giving.
No, it's consistent with the looks that she's been giving. Which
right, but I'm just saying, it's based
it's
compared to some of the other girls.
It's underwhelming.
I'm whelmed at most.
Yeah, it's very underwhelming. Now, get into the fact that Miss Carrie Colby has on a motherfucking Thanos glove, like with the 5 stones. Like the idea of this is cute. Carrie is giving me very much of like just a superhero. Like, I mean,
it's
just
very
what she's
superhero.
Giving. I don't even know what to call her, but she's giving me very much a superhero. But I like the metal
she's
detail.
Giving a superhero, or she's giving what was Tina Turner's character in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, like a young version of that character.
What the hell? What's her name? I can't think of her name.
That character.
Yeah, I can't think of her name, but Madam. I can't think of her name. But anyway,
a young version of that character.
I could see it, like a re-imaged character. I can see it. Okay, I can see it. June Jambalaya, while she didn't last very long, this look is amazing.
I'm still mad at that name, June Jambalaya.
It's amazing though. I thought it was an amazing gown. Amazing gown.
Great gowns.
Gowns, beautiful gowns. So cornbread. Okay.
I see
I
where this
saw
is
what you're going. Yeah.
This doesn't work for me.
I was
no.
not a fan. I'm not a fan of the make me look ugly type
When
of
we say
thing.
star of Hocus Pocus 2, was she playing one of the main characters? Okay.
Don't know.
Interesting look, though.
Don't know. Why is she here? Like, she's another one that just whelms me.
Yeah.
And Maddie is the heterosexual
and it didn't
cisgender-
turn out, at least from the 30 seconds that I watched of the show, it didn't turn out to be as contentious about her being a heterosexual as I thought it was.
So my own personal opinion is she's not heterosexual. That's my own personal opinion. That's what she says, and I'm going from what she's I'm going from what he says, and that's his business. In my opinion, you give me very much at a minimum bisexual tease. But that's just me. Lady Camden, I like the shoe. This is just a lot of look for me. It's a lot of look, but I like the shoe though. It's some weird way I like the shoe.
This is a full stop no for me. It's too much going on. It's giving Joffrey Jaffer. But it's just a lot.
It's the never-ending story, like the gay never-ending story.
Right.
It's kind of, Willow, not girl.
She's given some looks, but this ain't it. It feels like this look isn't finished.
Yeah, and I feel like this headpiece is an afterthought. That's just kind of how I feel about it. It's an afterthought. Simone, first of all, she's the winner. Simone got a little thick in the legs, and I'm here for it. I think she's a little bit of weight, but in a good way. She's beautiful, but it's a lot of gown and this crown, like she's over exaggerated, and I feel like this is always her thing to over exaggerate something.
Yeah,
it works. It's very Simone. It almost looks like she borrowed Shea Coulee's dress, the pink one, a little bit. Miss Jada Essence Hall. Now, girl, while I'm not feeling your hair, I think you look absolutely stunning.
Stunning.
The dress is okay, but her face looks
She
great.
looks stunning in the dress,
okay.
Even if the dress itself is.
Yeah. All the extra hair pieces, like just keep it at a cute bob, I'd have been fine with that. But all this extra squiggles that you got going on with the dangling door knocker.
It looks like she stole what's the other one?
Bob or
no. Monet.
Monet.
It looks like she stole Monet's hairpiece.
Yeah, it's the top for me.
Yeah, come on.
Like Eureka, like girl, like I love
this
you,
transparency.
Eureka. That part I'm even fine with that. But I love Eureka for the sense that she's always well put together and always her face is beat all the time. This curly hair is just not working for me.
No, it's not.
This curly afro is not working for me.
Gigi just looked like she just threw on something and walked out the house.
Me and Gigi.
She's giving young Patrick Swayze tease.
Oh my God, Miss Vita, young Miss. Actually, she would be great as young Miss Vita. Just the look in it. Miss Trinity K. Bonet. I don't care what anybody says. The bitch pulls a look together. I don't necessarily think it's the most finished look all the time, but she pulls a look together. Yeah, and I think this is a great look for her. Like her Instagram stuff, all of her stuff that she's done on Instagram, it came across a lot better on Instagram than it did when she's on the show. Because she paints. Alexa, she was one of my favorites. Alexa was always one of my favorites. I don't know how. I think this gown is okay, but she's just always.
I do not like this gown.
She's just always put together for me, but this is just okay for me. Lala. Where are we gonna start? Are we gonna start at the top?
Blue shoes.
Okay. Girl,
that was the only pair of pumps that you had.
Where are these blue? What are these blue shoes? What are they going with? What are they matching?
If you had like a blue streak in the dress, or
that's
always has been a thing with me.
But where is
male, female, drag queen, whatever? If you're going to wear a shoe, your shoe either needs to totally match the outfit. So, like if
Yeah.
she had on like a black velvet pump,
It should have been a
or
black,
if she's
yeah.
going to wear something with some color like that,
have
then
another
it
accessory
needs to
piece
be
or
something
something.
that matches
Something.
with that to pull it through, so it feels like a consolidated look.
Yeah.
Versus this is the only pair of pumps that I had to wear that fit that night.
And maybe there's some blue somewhere. I don't know, but I just don't see it.
I don't see it.
I don't see it. And
Even if it was just like a cute thin blue line
something
in that corset or something that was pulling it together.
I just don't see it. I just nothing
the
about it.
makeup is very harsh.
She is. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know if it's her choice of hair. I don't know what it is. But Lala usually paints very well.
Yeah,
she's a beautiful
this
girl.
looks unfinished.
Yeah, it's
this
not
looks
one of my
like in the
favorite
middle of the prep in behind stage before they go out on the main.
It's not
runway.
one of my favorite looks for her.
Yeah.
It's not. Miss Coco is done.
Yeah.
And although her face looks like it's a lot going on, but I think it's just because of the light.
Yeah.
But Miss Coco's done. Like she's done.
Yeah.
Kahana looks a lot better. I don't even know if you remember her.
Mm-mm.
She was on the show. She was one
For
of the
like
first
30
girls.
seconds?
Yeah, she was one of the first girls that went off. She was Kahana's Coco's one of her newest drag daughters at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just on there very short, but she was very muscular, very wiry.
Mm-hmm.
And she had only been doing drag for a very short period of time. And she looks a lot better here. But she looks
like Tiana Taylor.
Kinda. She's giving you she's giving you Tiana Taylor.
I didn't mean that as a compliment.
Well, no, I mean Tiana's a beautiful girl. And so is Kahana.
Is she?
In this
I never thought of Tiana Taylor as an attractive woman. She always looks very butch to me. And I've seen butch women who are beautiful, but something about her just looks
so it's kind of, so she has
to me. She's got a gorgeous body.
Right. And I think we had this conversation about her. Tiana Taylor falls in that same category for me as Grace Jones. Grace Jones has beautiful
Grace Jones.
No. Flawless as always, but
Mm-hmm.
Grace Jones to me always has she has very beautiful features.
Mm-hmm.
And putting them all together, it makes a strong person, a strong look. And that's kind of how I feel about Tiana. She has very beautiful features. She has very beautiful eyes, very beautiful lips, skin, like all that. But then together, it's strong.
Gotcha.
So,
well, all right. Let's get into this beautiful bean footage. So, what do we learn from this episode? Epic throws bitches off of balconies. Epic does not throw bitches off of balconies. He does not. But they definitely have a friend, a friend or two that carries around a gun, And so it must, being around Epic and Freaky McNasty must bring out the Philly in you. Because I've been with him a couple of times and been almost gotten a fight. So
you bitch. But that's all right.
I am totally kidding. That
No, it was gonna happen.
Epic is honestly the sweetest person you will ever need. Just don't get him wet at night. Because it's like a gremlin. Freaky McNasty said we will throw someone off balconies if that is the answer. See, listen, this is why.
All I'm saying is
this is why we will take separate cars to the function.
All I'm saying is, listen, but I know my crew, and I know what goes on. And if I see these bitches in any of them in a fight or jumping in anything, bitch, I'm sliding right next to them because they listen that we go back too far. We know too much, and we just
well, let's
we
just
look
be clear.
out. We
If
look out for
are-
everything.
If we are all out and some shit go down, believe you me, I am jumping into the fray.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
then we're going to jump into the fray, and then it's going to be like in what was the movie with the black women, the road trip?
Girls trip.
Girls trip.
Okay.
Afterwards, we're gonna be in the club like officer. They were in the club.
They were just
and
they're over there.
they're over
Listen,
there.
gray
And,
sweatsuits.
one of them said that they had a gun,
and they said, "Fuck the police." That's what they said.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, they said, "Fuck Sergeant." Yes, they said, "Fuck." They used Sergeant Baxter. Yes,
Sergeant Baxter.
Yep.
Oh my God.
That they was talking about you
going
real
to
bad.
kill you. Oh, it was awful.
It was awful.
It was awful.
We're on
our way to.
We gotta go. All right. Thank you. Bye. Praise the Lord.
Atlas says, "What does your shirt mean?"
It means that I absolutely love Janet Jackson. That's what it means. Get into it. It's the Pleasure Principle.
What?
It's the shirt that she wore in Pleasure Principle.
Oh, I was like,
it's the shirt that she wore.
198.
It's not.
It's what is this? Is this
not,
gamma?
It's not anything. It's
gamma rho.
There's a whole conspiracy about what it actually means and what it actually was, and if it was an old Jim's shirt or whatever, and it could be gamma rho something. It should be 1987, and it's the backwards in the mirror and all. It's a whole bunch of. It could be a whole bunch of things. But again, it's the shirt that she wore in Pleasure Principle, and that's
got it.
That
was deep. Because I was when you walked in, I was like.
It's the shirt she wore in Pleasure Principle.
All right. Well, this was fun. We did learn a lot. We learned that, neither one of us will generally pay for sex, only by exception. We learned that, I will go into rich white woman mode when necessary to get out of a jam.
I will become Starkeisha.
Did we learn that, or did we just have further confirmation
I feel
of
just
that?
A little bit of judgment, but there's another level. There's like I said, there's levels
to it.
There's but I generally don't like that type of shit where people try to.
No, because you don't want to. Because listen, I'm too afraid that because once I commit to fighting, I'm committed to fighting, and if I've committed to fighting, then I'm committed to putting you down, and so. If a bitch got to fall down a flight of stairs to make the fight end, then that might be what it's gonna go. And then I'm gonna be like,
and bitch, listen,
I'm gonna have to check out this hotel.
Like I told you before, bitch, listen, just give me shut your mouth, officer. This is what happened, bitch. I'm telling you, I will come up, MAL.
And
I was
like, just like he said.
He couldn't talk because he couldn't talk.
I'm in shock.
He was right. See what I'm saying? That's what the fuck we do.
I'm mute.
He can't talk. Nothing. No words come out of his mouth. He just can't talk. See? That's what I'm saying.
Squeeze out that single tear to let you know that my emotions are running deep.
So that's where we are. Anyway, as usual, we thank you so much. And I'm going to publicly say thank you so much to Kendra because I am going to take another bite of this brownie.
Kendra! Hey, Kendra! Epic said your brownie was dry as shit.
I did not. I did not. I'm not.
What? What?
Listen, y'all not gonna have me fighting here.
Oh, you're not gonna fight my sister.
You're
not gonna fight my sister. This is clear.
No, ma'am. I'm not gonna be fighting me. She jumping on me like, I'm out. I'm not doing this. No, ma'am. So, but anyway,
actually, if y'all got into a fight, I'd be like, I'm just gonna. Whoever is the victor is my new sibling. So
that is awful.
I can't.
That is awful. I'm not doing that. But anyway, as
you
always,
have a sister.
You're like,
what the fuck are you talking about? I've never talked about a sister. What the fuck are you talking about?
The fuck? I mean,
who was that girl at your party? What?
There was
You bitch.
I
you
was
are-
taking
this-
pictures.
See, that's
but
what
I
happened.
saw.
That is what happened when you get high.
I was taking
See,
pictures.
You need to stop smoking
And I had
so
the
much
wigs
weed.
because we have a show, and that's what we was talking
Right,
about, and that's
you
what it
don't
was.
know
What the
fuck
fuck?
it-
Like,
yeah.
wait, I mean, come on. What the fuck?
Say no to drugs, honey.
But anyway, as always, it is 4:20, and so for those of you that are turning up the volume, turn it up. I won't be participating.
I've got to turn it up. I just made it now.
No,
That's
that's
Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, it's Patti LaBelle, but it's not turn it up.
It's from some movie.
It is, but I hear it. I think it's Stir It Up.
Stir it up.
I think
Yeah,
it's
got
Stir
to
It Up,
stir
yeah.
it up. Yeah.
But anyway, as always, thank you so much. You guys can spend your nights anywhere. We definitely appreciate you spending your evenings with us on Wednesdays. It definitely means a lot to us.
Mhm.
Thank you, Eccentric and Freaky McNasty and Atlas and Mac and Best Friend and Lola
Josh.
and Josh and Desmond, everybody that came out. We really appreciate you. That's it. That's all I got to say.
All right. And with that, we will say thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night. Mwah.